just be aware, I know it's 3G, but down there it's very, very wet, and that's just started to stick.
Just fucking see
Right?
it through.
Yeah. Well, I'm just telling you, but I'm just saying to you, just be aware.
Tell them to miss it out.
At the start of every season, Marc always says the same thing to a bunch of amateurs, that this is the year in which Dorking Wanderers will finally reach the first round proper of the FA Cup.
I don't want to talk about it, but, you know, could it be a cup run?
For the road to Wembley is littered with the remnants of Dorking's previous attempts, from the gods drenching his chances with apocalyptic rainstorms, to lower league clubs upsetting the odds to win on penalties.
At home, against a team a league below, you should be going through. I wouldn't bother looking at a draw, because you are fucking 10 to 1 at their place.
Come on, put it in!
And then there was last year, when Dorking had to win but a single game, only to collapse in the second half to a trio of Eastleigh goals. And yet, Marc's enthusiasm remains resolute.
Press the ball shape button. I'll be honest, the more I look at it, the more I need an act of God.
But even Marc's enthusiasm took a blow when the FA Cup draw pitted him against his best football friend, Dom De Paula, the manager of nearby Horsham FC.
I don't want to play Horsham. Horsham.
Number 6.
Horsham play their football 2 levels below the Wanderers, yet they have the motivation, capability and familiarity to break Marc's heart, thanks in part to the presence of former legendary Wanderer Sammy the Buffalo El Abd. With a week off the pressures of the National League, Marc is able to focus on outwitting his former rival and best football buddy Dom, who himself is keen to give Horsham, a side well versed in FA Cup success, another cup run.
It started off the first couple of seasons. He was in the West Sussex Prem with Dorking. I just first started in management at a village club called Climping. We played at West Humble when it was just a park really, just a field with a bit of rope round it. And initially, we just first couple of games kind of got on because he's kind of a bit like us, bit of a normal guy who just loves his football. We ended up staying around after games and having a beer, and he'd have a beer down at our place. And just by pure chance, I suppose, we were just gradually getting promoted up through the leagues together.
Dom used to travel to our games when COVID was on and stuff like that. So he knows Dorking probably better than me, honestly, because he's watching up from the stands. We've spoken about certain players and certain tactics and what we should do. Should we play a 3? And things like that. So we're well equipped tactically as a club.
The clubs know each other very well. We've played them in pre-season, a couple months ago. We done it last year. We played Woking, who were in the National League at the time, beat them 1-0 here. We beat Eastbourne Borough, who are only league above us, National South. But so we've been here before. We've done it before, and like I said, it's football. Anything can happen. So we believe.
I wanted someone big away. Because if you're going to go out, you want to play someone big and have an experience on these sort of games, or you want the worst team in it at home. To play Marc, it's like, I think everyone's really excited about the game, and it's a big game and everything. But I've played against Dorking 20 times, 25 times. We've played them almost every pre-season, so it's a different one really.
It was inevitable. I was listening to it on TalkSport, and it was inevitable it was going to be Dorking as soon as it called, because I knew the numbers. As soon as it said the number 6, I knew it was Dorking. Excited for it. I think it's still split north and south in that league in that time of the draw. So there wasn't too many big teams. I think Southend might have been the biggest club we could have got. But it's brilliant to have it. It's a derby game really. There's only 15-20 miles between the clubs.
Didn't want to play Dorking. We know so much about each other in terms of teams, players. We talk about each other's teams constantly. Marc's had tactics boards out on WhatsApps showing me how he's playing at the moment. I'm the same. We've got sort of players in common. It's just it's the most inbred game ever, isn't it?
It didn't surprise me, to be fair. A few of the boys in there, we're going to get Dorking, aren't we? Because the gaffer's talking about how we could get a big away day, Gateshead away, go for a night out in Newcastle or something. We're going to get Dorking, aren't we? And it just happened to be.
It's 100% the glory for the football club. It will be, and Marc's always got his 2 hats on. It's going to be the finances, and you hope you get that draw, and then you hope you get the TV money that comes with it. But it's always glory for me, to be honest.
Right, Bobby, set the board up for Saturday, please, genuinely. Set up what's happening Saturday. Yeah, set it up, mate. Set it up. When the keeper's got the ball, set the pitch up. Cheers, mate. This is how much I love Bob. I trust Bob to do this, yeah? This could be any of you lot next time, by the way.
No human being has ever looked more pleased with themselves than Bobby Joe Taylor does right now.
Go on, Bob. Well on, mate. 5 minutes, lads. Great effort, Bob. Just from a housekeeping point of view, it's a
Number retracted.
win bonus, so you lot can work out where that goes, genuinely. Don't talk to me about it again, okay? That's down to you, because there's 7 subs. If you want to pay people that don't get on the pitch, that's up to you, okay? You'll probably be wanky and fairies about it and spread it out. That's fair enough. I wouldn't. I'll tell you that now. I'm proportionate about the ones who fucking won the game and give the others fuck all. Right. But
Number retracted.
technically, you're in charge of making a decision, okay? Right. What's that? Yeah, that's it, mate. That's how it should be. Wolf of Wall Street. Cheers for all the birthday messages, lads. I appreciate it first thing this morning. Cheers, lads. And the whip round, Tom. You put in, didn't you? No, okay. You know next time, mate. Make a note of the date. Bobby kindly done the plan for us. Appreciate it when people listen. Bob's great tactically. So when the keeper's got the ball, remember this, because we're doing it down there. And I'm not that well, so my patience will be worse than normal, right? So when we do it down there, we'll have one team set up as Horsham, another Dorking. The Dorking side probably got about 9 of the people that are going to start, and the rest we're not sure about at the moment. So don't read into that. They did play 3-5-2 the other night. And obviously I've known their manager longer than any manager in football. So if they play 3-5-2, then obviously we know we'll be using our extra man at the back. Whoever's in goal for Horsham, we need to, Juki, you taking them, yeah? We need to make sure we get you need to make sure that, you know, the goalie can get, can go long, can give it to this bloke, and the idea is that we get used to, if he gives it to centre half, step in, press, strangle, back to the goalie, drop off, goalie can start pinging it long, we'll start winning a few headers, we'll then ask you to put it back into Horsham in open play, and again the keeper will then maybe give it to centre half, maybe go long again. It's just about your shape being nice and relaxed and doing what I'm saying. So we all got it, yeah? Yeah? Got it? Good. If we do then press the centre half, yeah, ideally we sort of, to be fair, do you know what? It doesn't matter, because if he goes back, he's only swiping it anyway. Go home, look to play, passive only, Horsham, passive only, outside,
Open up.
into the 10, into the 10, into the 10, into the 10, Pybus. Dorking, if on the ball, can we be a little bit more explosive, Briggsy? Just for, I know we haven't warmed up massively, but just a little bit more urgent, okay? Very important, Blair, Briggs, Bobby, wingers, where's Bob? Very important, always looking off like that. Yeah, pretty non-plexed about it. They seem fresher, just for having Tuesday. They seemed a lot fresher mentally. Really good engagement in the organisation. Our lot were just talking to each other across the line. If I don't hear from you, then I'm assuming Briggsy at the end says he's fine. Yeah, I know, but last week he said he was fine, then in the last 10 minutes he pulled up. Just make sure that he leaves the session saying he's fine, yeah?
"13 miles south of Dorking, in the upper reaches of the River Arun, is the market town of Horsham. Something like 1,000 years old, the town is famous for having the heaviest hailstone ever recorded. A stone the size of a tennis ball dropped from the sky in 1958 at a speed of 224 miles per hour. The town's football club was first founded in 1871, although a shortage of players over the next 10 years was an issue. And in 1881 it was re-established, playing Dorking FC in their first fixture. A year later, they helped to found the Sussex County Football Association, winning the newly invented West Sussex Football League multiple times in the late 19th and early 20th century. In the FA Cup, Horsham FC have a decent history, getting to the first round proper in 1948 and 1966, and the second round in 2008. They toured around the Isthmian League from 1973 until 2015, when they dropped back down to the Sussex County League. However, the appointment of manager Dominic De Paula was a masterstroke, with the new man taking the club straight back up, just before moving into a brand new ground, having sold their home 10 years prior, leading to a somewhat nomadic existence. De Paula then took the club back into the Isthmian Premier Division, before plotting another route to the FA Cup first round proper in 2021. And now, De Paula must face Marc White, the manager turned friend he has come up against most in his time in non-league football, if he's to take Horsham into the next round of the world's oldest football competition.
Only thing I didn't cover, which was in the plan, is like I said to Dukey this morning about when I see him at kids football, is that they might try the old school lock us off one way. When we go one side, they might just go, because obviously they're set up a full press, they might just go bosh. So if they do, then obviously Harrison just needs to make these centre-half movements all the time. That's the bottom line. So that's easy to cover. Yeah, so he's got to go and, so if he gives it to, right at the back three, he's got to go and be the whole time. I mean, the bottom line is, any early yellows today in volatile positions, they're going to be coming off. There'll be no fucking about, too much money involved. So if Joe Cook gets an early yellow, then it'll be a case of a midfielder going on and Dan dropping in. It's that simple. There won't be any gambling with that stuff at all. Yeah, and I'll let them know that positively. I'm going to be really positive with these. Yeah. Sammy, we've not really spoken. Dom, it's one of those, isn't it? It's not a nice position to be in. I always think about them. I think over the years, there's actually been genuine boxers that have fought each other that are mates, and it must not be fucking easy. Look, the thing is, I think both of me and Dom have kept quite a good etiquette with it all. You know, we've not felt the need to play games and stuff like that, you know. Send a team sheet on it with all arrows pointing to Briggs and say, oh, sorry. Knowing Dom as well as I know him now, he's in that sort of comfortable underdog mode. This is a game that no one expects him to win, maybe. Well, I think people give him a good puncher's chance, but no one would be rushing down to Corals to put a bet on, that's for sure. I mean, FYI, Dom, doing a fitness test on one of your players, yeah. Doing a fitness test, once we're here to watch it, it's never a good thing. I think we've learned, we all know, you included, obviously, better than anyone. In the National League, we've learned that we have to adjust our game, but he is a good manager. And there's a lot worse managers in our league than Dom. Dom's just very loyal and very local and doesn't own a club. Makes a big difference in the trajectory of your leadership. Right, straightforward stuff, yeah? So, really straightforward stuff in terms of our approach to the game. We're in great form. That's the bottom line. I thought Thursday training, I thought we were really, really good. I thought we looked fresh, really fresh, but mentally fresh. The talking at the back in the patterns was great. So I think we're in a great place, yeah, really good place. Very important if you're playing key positions to stay off yellows, because I will defo take you off straight away. Now that's hard because you've got to make decisions at the back. It's nothing personal to you boys, because this yields £500,000, winning 2-3 rounds of this. So it's not something you can take a chance on, right? Listen, don't let that get in your head. Play your normal fucking game and just trust your teammates to make sure that you don't give stupid fucking easy yellows, okay? Yeah, but the ones that can be avoided, avoid them. That's important, okay? They will need to be 120%, and they'll need you or your teammate, one of you, to be 80%. They are hoping that 4 or 5 of you will be 80% today. That's logically the only way they can beat us. If you can get a Hartlepool and outplay them, yeah, and all the places you've been, this is no drama at all. So it's about being very professional today. Don't get drawn into the shit from the side. It's very close. Don't get drawn into the bench that's on the pitch. You lot out there, the 11 and then the 5 that come on, or the 3 that come on, you lot need to control proceedings. You lot control it. Control it to the point you don't need me, Ross, the management team, anybody. You boys control it. Because I know you've got that in you. One thing we won't fall down on today is I want 120%. I don't often say that shit. 120%, whether you're on the bench, coming on at a vital stage, you know, or you start 120%, all right? Good stuff.
Around about 2:15 for you. As soon as we got the team sheets, we'll give the team's starting lineups out to you. Just want to talk you through some of the facilities.
We're as high as you know I've seen us. So 34 years I've been supporting. We've had, as I say, ups, but we're going up, and you know everything is positive. Like you know, you look around, like you know we've got a ground that is absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely rammed today. Everyone's smiling. It helps that the sun's shining, but it's fantastic. You know, we're in such a good place. It's great to be a Horsham fan at the moment.
I think they're in a good place. They're in a really good place. Yeah, we fancy it today against Dorking.
Probably the best it's ever been. Yeah, definitely. Ever since they moved here. Queen Street days were great, but obviously they've got the ground, they've got the bit of investment. The team's probably the highest it's ever been. So yeah, it's on the up. Yeah.
Last few seasons they've been in and around this league. They missed out on promotion by a point or a few last season. But I think maybe National League South, if they can push this season, I think they'll be able to get there. I think National League maybe a bit too far, but I think National League South is probably the best place for them at the moment.
It's the FA Cup, isn't it? So you know we've beaten a team that were higher than Dorking in 2 years ago when we beat Woking. Tough game. We can do it. I don't expect us to do it, but you know, if we win today, it's going to be. I'm going to have a good night. I can tell you that much.
I think Horsham won't be phased. We've been there before. We're probably more experienced than Dorking for the big occasion. Yeah, I think Dorking. I think it's a big banana skin for Dorking today.
I think there's a chance. There's a definitely big chance that they can beat Dorking. I mean, they beat Woking last year to get into the FA Cup proper. Went and played Carlisle, so they've been known to defeat what we call them giants. But I think there's a giant killing. There could definitely be one here.
Right, lads, listen up then, yeah? Listen, you need to hear me, boys, yeah? Just be clear. So, they were warming up a back three, but you never know, it could be a double bluff, because they haven't got 4 defenders, right? Wouldn't surprise me, they warmed up a back three, because Harding, who we think the right back, and he's listed as number 2, so the secretary might have telegraphed that, because they have to go 1 to 11 in this league. So I'd say they're going to be a back 4, but it might look like a 3-5-2 when he's really, really high. When they're static, can they go high? We've covered that. I've covered that with Tom and the boys. However, if they are a back 3, an out-and-out back 3, you know, the game changes. So, Dan, Gallagher, Pybus, Josh, you're 3 for 3. The +1 is at the back. So you defend narrow together. Yeah. If they do play that way, guys, at the back, it does mean now we're looking to use our +1. Boy, just do what you do every week. Your form away from home is fucking incredible against some of the biggest clubs at this level, right? Don't rush this game. Equally, don't let your teammate have a quiet day, right? All of you talking, all of you with the information. All right, boys? Okay, let's go. Come on.
Our next video is the Horsham match, so make sure you catch that. You can watch entire episodes, which is the match and all of this stuff in one go on YouTube memberships. This one's 45 minutes for Tier 1 and I think it's about an hour and 20 for Tier 2. There's a lot going on if you really want to see it all.